Hey guys, welcome back for another Jurassic World Mattel Tour review, and tomorrow is the day. Season 5 of Cretaceous is right around the corner, and I can't wait to see that. So right now, as I am getting caught up with my Cretaceous collecting, we are finally taking a look at one of the, well, most terrifying freaking hybrids ever introduced to the franchise, the Scorpius Rex, which is, well, I'm very late on this. This is a slash and battle version of the Scorpius Rex. I don't have the one that came with Kenji, which is unfortunate because that one is super freaking elusive and super expensive. So I decided to go to Target, which they still had multiple of these up there in the store. And yeah, I definitely had to go ahead and get this before it was too late. And not to mention, I also got some a little alongside it, so this review won't be just about the Scorpius Rex. Okay, sorry for this exposure. Let me go ahead and turn that down. There we go, now you can see it. So this is the Scorpius Rex, and we get to look at the package. This is basically Dino Escape, as you can see. Cretaceous logo right up there. Carnotaurus Toro, Darius, Dino Escape, Scorpius Rex slash and battle. And the demonstration of the spring-loaded tail, which is loaded with the toxic little spikes on his tail. And over on the package, you got that really great aesthetic background, which is the broken fence, but you can see it's obscured by the Scorpius. And then you got the action features of its claws and jaws opening up with a few button presses and make sounds. Netflix original series logo up there. Over here, Dino Escape. Over here, Jurassic World Cretaceous. At the back, you see the Scorpius Rex fighting off a Herrerasaurus, which is the same one we reviewed previously on the channel, so we don't have to go over that one. And Dino Escape logo, backside capability, Jurassic World Cretaceous logo, and you get the other dinos on the line, and that's basically it for the package. Let's go ahead and take this bad boy out the package. Alrighty, so we got the Scorpius Rex out of the package, and can I just say, even if I'm a giant fan of the Indoraptor, and it's one of my favorite hybrids in the franchise, but god dang it, the Scorpius Rex was so terrifying and such a giant threat. This dang thing could literally cause an extinction on the island. Like, Jack Horner could say Spinosaurus be the one to do that. Nah, this creature here could literally cause an extinction. It is a major threat, scary as heck creature, and very disturbing looking at a certain degree. This dang thing surprised me in season 3 of Cretaceous. Like, taking it out the package, it is a really freaking great figure. Like, just the overall sculpt is nice. Though I do have some issues with it. It's mostly tied to the action features, so basically we're gonna go over that a little bit, but first we're going to go take a little closer look at the detailing. And I had to make it stand up properly because it is a little bit front heavy, and the arms are spring loaded, which again I'll get to later. So you can see the head sculpt of the Scorpius. I honestly thought that the design of this is pretty cool. It's just really cool looking, just outside of the norm of how you see the usual dino look, but this one is just so bizarre, but in a good way. And even the articulation in that neck over here is also really good too. It's on a ball joint, so you can do it all over the area, which is really nice. So you can get really good motion. Detail's a little bit soft, but even at that, it's just looking really cool and nice. And the teeth are also separately applied. They're not painted. I'm trying to open them out before I freaking activate an action so you can see the detailing. You can definitely see that the tongue is textured, but I can't get too close to it because, of course, out of focus will mess up, and the lighting is obviously a little shadow. It's like it's shadowing the texture of the tongue, but you can clearly see that there is texturing in that tongue. I know most reviews have already gone over it, and the underside is also painted, but it's probably separate. Although this part ain't painted in, but I'm not sure. Either way, it's just fine and dandy. It is really looking cool. Just really liking this very, and like it's forgot what creatures they combine this with. I have to go back and look up, but I really like the way this looks. It's just such a cool looking like hybrid, and terrifying looking one too. It doesn't have to look like the usual dino. This one looks so, you know, bizarre and unique. Look at the other side. It's like, go to the other side. It just look how cool this looks. Just, I can't get over how really nice this dinosaur looks. Anyways, enough of me rambling about the head. The head is nice. Really like how they made this. And they got all these different bumps, these really big bumps from all this region. It looks really cool, or at least the detailing looks really nice. You definitely see it popping out, all the scales and striations. The arms are very huge and muscular. if I can recall that looked like that or not. But this is obviously the bigger rendition. I know the Scorpius Rex is not that big. There's another problem I have with it is that the scale is a little too big, but I bet you it's applied for the action features. I mean, this dang thing was big, but it ain't this big. The super articulated one from the Danger Pack is the one that's actually the more accurately sized one, as far as I'm concerned. Or at least that's how I can remember how big the Scorpius was. But there were two in the season, so this could be one of them anyway. But yeah, you can see the detailing here. And even the paint is at least decent too, but it looks like most of it is applied airbrushed on the skin. And then this part here, the battery compartment area here, is all a separate paint, which is a strange choice, but not too bad in my personal opinion. And you can see the sound box thing right there. It looks weird, but it doesn't look too bad. Going over here, further down, we can go ahead and look at more of that detail. More of it pops up. You do see the little seam line for the spring-loaded tail. And then you get one of the things that made me so surprised about this dino is the poisonous spikes on its tail. This right here definitely makes this creature look like it caused like giant body count, no matter what would happen. I mean, this damn thing is a threat. Oh yeah, I forgot. This part here is another thing. Just this particular dew claws, like you can still see that they have dew claws right here, but then you have these spikes going off on its heel, or this area around it. Not sure what it's called, but you can just see how uniquely designed this creature is. And of course, you got the sickled claw because it's supposed to a raptor raptor DNA has been applied here. It's just looking really, really nice. You might not be able to see it great in detail because the autofocus is acting crazy, but yeah, you can definitely see that right there. It looks really freaking good. It's not painted though, but then again, what paint needs to be applied if the creature is almost an entirely dark color? The other side is the same amount of detailing here. You can just see a lot more, and the paint job is obviously decent enough. Like it's got this supposed grayish color applied most of the I guess for the base, and then you got this again. You got this yellowish paint here, this dark yellowish paint, and I think the only part that are simply applied is just the lower jaw and the battery compartment area. It's the only parts, while the other areas are airbrushed. And there's obviously black is applied up on the head from here and just all the way down from here. So basically 3 colors are used for like the body in general. And it does look nice for what it is. It's a nice looking figure. Oh yeah, and it's got just more spikes over here on its arms too. This dang thing, the claws, the claws actually look about as monstrous as the Indoraptor, like that shot in Fallen Kingdom where it was going after Maisie in the bed. One of the most terrifying imagery in that movie. That made me love that movie. Like, yeah, this is just a nicely designed hybrid creature and just downright terrifying. Just without a doubt the most terrifying hybrid in the franchise introduced this far. So yeah, then going over the scope, it's just a really nice scope, and then we're gonna move on to its action features, which is both a pro and a con. So this first button up here can apply to, well, just depending which you go. Yep, this one applies to the mouth opening and making a few roaring noises. I think it's supposed to make at least 3 or 4 roars, I'm not sure. Might be 4 different sounds applied to the roaring, I guess, maybe. And then this second button here, over here, activates the arms, the spring-loaded arms that can slash. Only makes 2 sound effects. Now, it's a nice gimmick. It really is a nice gimmick. I like the mouth opening one more, but the arms, I will say the arms is the one that I have a problem with because it's just stuck in this position. It's like only stuck in this position, and that is really unfortunate. Even bending the arms upward here, it's also stuck in it, just like stuck in the spring-loaded mechanism. Like I think that's, yeah, it's just that. It's basically like it's digging. It looks more like it's digging and slashing, but then you get the deal. It does look nice, and then the other action feature is the spring-loaded tail. And that's basically it, nothing special there. It could have just been an articulated point, but it's spring-loaded so you can whack dinosaurs and make them sick and die slowly, apparently. And yeah, that's basically it for the Scorpius. Like, going over everything about it. It is a very nice sculpt despite my problems with the action features and everything. So they got to make sacrifices in order to make this figure work. And it's a pretty massive figure. Like I said, the size of it is obviously not like, you know, the size of the Scorpius in the actual show. And there's only two of them, and I'm assuming they're both in the same scale if I can remember. But yeah, this thing is massive. And I have my Dominion like setup instead of the Cretaceous one because that one doesn't really have that much of a good stand. And again, to get a good scaling how big this dang creature is, I'm going to go ahead and compare it with Baryonyx Chaos, which I've also received recently at that time, a little bit earlier. Now, you can definitely see that it's like, this is obviously a $15, $16 toy. This is $25 right here. And yeah, this thing is massive. Like, it obviously dwarfs the Baryonyx. Oh crap, these figures are tumbling over. The Scorpius Rex is front heavy. So yeah, you can see the difference in the scaling. Stop falling over, please. Yeah. Move my backdrop out the way because I'm having so many issues trying to get this thing to stand. That's another issue I have with the figure. It's so front heavy, especially with those arms and everything. Anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and get another creature to compare it with, and that is the Stomp and Escape Tyrannosaurus Rex from Cretaceous. See, it's falling over again. This thing is almost in the same scale. It's like, in terms of how big it is, like you can just pair it up right up against Rexy over here. Just wow. Like, yeah, Rexy is obviously still bigger, but this dang thing is just on the same scale as the Tyrannosaurus. In fact, it's morely on scale with the Allosaurus from Jurassic World Dominion, the extreme damage version. And yeah, like legit the same size, although the freaking Allosaurus is apparently the more expensive one. They're both on the same scale. They could be at the same price range. And if this creature stop falling, please, it's those arms. But yeah, you can see the comparison that they're both in the same scale. And there's one more thing I forgot to do, is compare the Scorpius Rex up against the Indominus Rex and Indoraptor. Now, of course, you can tell that the Indominus is the biggest and the Indoraptor is the smallest for some random reason. Scorpius would be in the same scale, in my personal opinion. I mean, it might be a bit bigger, but in the same scale, because that Danger Pack version with Kenji, I think that one is on the Indoraptor scale. But other than that, you can see the comparison of how they shape up together. Also, for one more comparison, I'm going to go ahead and get up the campers that I have. Darius, Yasmina, Brooklyn, and Sammy. Also bump it over here to get the little scale comparison. That, yeah, this dang thing is just massive. Like, compared to the one that's in the show. I know the show, like, I know the creature is obviously a lot more, like, it's big, but it's not like Tyrannosaurus scale or Allosaurus scale. Well, again, like that, the super articulated one is the one that's like the more accurately scaled version as far as I'm concerned. But yeah, this thing is massive compared to these campers. Alrighty, so that's basically it for the review of this particular dinosaur. So I did say I did have one more thing to go over before ending this review off, because it ain't over yet. So maybe about the Scorpius, but it's a little bit of a surprise here. So let me go ahead and move this out of the way and take a look at something much more smaller. And that is the Jurassic World Dominion Nasutoceratops. The little baby Nasutoceratops. And I was so surprised that I saw this at my Target store. I was like, I started seeing all the second wave Ferocious Pack figures coming in. And honestly, I also got this for a very good price. I didn't get it for the $10 price point. I like basically reduced to $6, which I never expected. So basically, this was a nice little find. So yeah, this is actually the first Ferocious Pack figure I had to get, because, you know, it was the only one I really wanted to get out of all the Ferocious Pack ones, aside from the Dimetrodon, which I might get later. Anyway, so again, you got the Jurassic World Dominion aesthetic. You got the background with Rexy looking badass as usual, the Jurassic World Dominion logo looking great, the backdrop aesthetic of the prologue, scan codes, and the demonstration, the figure out in the open, which is one of the more questionable aspects of this style of packaging, where it's like just out in the open instead of in a plastic window. And the Nasutoceratops right down there. Flipping over the other side, it's a very basic, not so interesting backdrop of every little warning detail with scan code capabilities and demonstrations, and the other figures you can get, which is basically a single carded version of the Atrociraptor Red figure. It's a much more different figure than the one that you can get in the Owen Escape pack. The Dimentrodon, which I was close to getting, but then I saw this in Nasutoceratops and was like, I gotta get it. Then you got this little guy, and then the Nasutoceratops we got already. So, let's go ahead and get this little baby out the package. Alrighty, so now we got the little baby Nasutoceratops out the package, and of course it's a $10 scaled figure. It could be a lot more smaller, just like Bumpy from the Cretaceous toy line. But aside from the sheer size being a bit bigger than expected, it is a very adorable figure, and honestly it's one of my favorite toys in the Jurassic World Dominion Wave 2 toy line. I love this little guy. It's so adorable, just like how it looked in the movie. Although the paint detail is lacking as usual, but I'm not too broken up about it. It's just so adorable. Just look at it. Just look at it. Got the very cutely applied eyes, don't look too bad. It's got this nice airbrushing of this light yellow, or this yellowish color they use right here. It's a really nice like applied paint, although it could have been applied all the way down here, but for $10, or at least a $6 figure at this point, because I got it for $6, so I guess it's more worth it there. Although the beak over here, like the beak part, should be painted into a darker color instead of all the way, you know, being yellow. But it works for what it is. And I also like this blue airbrushing they got up here. Only goes from here and stops right there, which is a bit of a shame, but it's not that bad. Like I said, it just, the sculpting of it is what I really love the most of it. It just looks so cute. Look at this. Just, baby dinosaurs are always going to be cute. You got the short stubby horns up here. You got the nice striations and sculpting detail, nostrils, everything. Just, yeah, this is so adorable. Just got a really nice sculpt and a really nice, like, just overall accuracy to the film in terms of just the sculpt. Paint detail, it also does look like the one from the film as well. It's just, of course, the yellow paint could be just only applied to a certain area, but not on the beak. And that way it would have been a lot more movie accurate. And let's go ahead and get that scan code thing out so you can see that right there. And then the other side is the Jurassic World logo. Underside logo again on its feet. No scan code over there because they moved it. And the tail is short and stubby, which as it should be. And that's, oh yeah, right, the articulated head. Like, you know, unlike the Scorpius Rex, it was ball jointed, but this one is just one noted, and it can just turn side to side and up and down. Doesn't go out the other way. So yeah, that's the baby Nasutoceratops right there. It looking pretty nice, and I kind of do wish there was an adult Nasutoceratops in the paint scheme of this color, because the Battle of Big Rock one it's nice looking, but even at that, I kind of do want to see another Nasutoceratops figure come out for Jurassic World Dominion, if ever, in the next wave. Don't know what will happen next, but as Jurassic World Dominion continues to still make money at the box office, I'm pretty sure we're still going to get more dinosaurs in the future. So basically that's it for the little baby Nasutoceratops right there. Just a quick review of that little guy, because I just wanted to get this out the way. It is such a cute figure. Nice. Really love this figure. Okay, so now that's going to end off this review of both these creatures. The Jurassic World Cretaceous Dino Escape Slasher Battle Scorpius Rex and the Jurassic World Dominion Baby Nasutoceratops from Wave 2. These are both at Target right now. So yeah, I definitely recommend them both if you haven't got them yet. Anyway, yeah, so that's basically it for this review. I hope you guys enjoyed this. And I'll be seeing you guys later for more reviews coming in on Saturday or Sunday possibly. And definitely next month, because I kind of bought a lot more than expected. Anyway, so yeah, that's it for this. I'll be seeing you guys later.